day and all day throughout the day. And a lot of people, that is very intimidating and very threatening to a lot of people when someone like me, who is very assured in who they are, and I am very assertive in my walk and how I talk. And when I talk with power that brings conviction. And I understand, my purpose in life. A lot of people don't understand their purpose. And I understand God's plan for my life, despite the plots of the devil and his imps and demons and witches and warlocks. I don't have any fear of them because God is a power over all. And he's a supreme power. And I love that. I love that. And I rest assured in that, regardless of any circumstances. And God has shown me so much grace and mercy. And he continues to show me grace and mercy. And his love is everlasting. Even when I am unloving, even when I am unkind. And his grace is sufficient. And his mercies are new every morning. And I am so grateful to have God as the center and head over my life. Where would I be if it wasn't for God on my side and inside of me? I'd be in a terrible, terrible set of circumstances, right? Yes, I would be. And as this world comes to a close, I'm looking forward to resting and existing eternally in God and with God. And I have a whole lot of work to do in a short window to do it. And every chance I get, I am repenting to God when I am aware that something that I say or do is not pleasing to God. And God is so forgiving. God is so loving. And God is full of justice. And, a lot of times in the past, I used to think that I had to get somebody back when they did something to me. But a lot of times now, that's how I know that I have grown and I am continuously growing. Because lately, I've been extending a whole lot of grace to a lot of people. And I remember in times past, I would have got with them and showed them something, right? And lately, I've been like, whatever. And I'll give you an example of that. And I was thinking about this morning. I have been working with this homosexual dude. And ordinarily, I wouldn't fool with no homosexual. I don't even engage or entertain those spirits. And when I first met him, my first inclination was to just roll my eyes and be like, whatever. Because I could see, those spirits on him before, we even talked. And I wouldn't have talked to him. But because of the manager introducing us, and he was encouraging me to get to know him because we were going to be working together. That's the only reason. And then, we kind of clicked as far as our similarities and commonalities. Some things, I should say, not everything. So we exchanged phone numbers at the prompting of the manager, and we started, carpooling together. And, I really liked his personality to a certain degree. But I could see some problematic areas. And as time has gone by, he has really shown me in certain areas that, I had reason to be concerned. And to make a long story short, he does have a somewhat messy spirit. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because, that's one of the characteristics of a lot of those type of people. They real messy. And I have learned that he kind of two-faced. And I had stopped fooling with him one time. But then the spirit in me said, okay, I'm going to give him some grace. When he approached me after a couple of days of us not speaking about a week or two ago, I could have easily been like, I'm just going to ignore him. And even though he's standing a few feet away from me, I have developed a real strong will as it relates to ignoring people that I don't want to fool with. And, I have to be honest. I had started missing him and I had thought about calling him, but something in me said, no, I'm not going to do it. And if this is going to be the end of our little friendship, so be it. And when he approached me, I was very, very surprised. And he had already told me, he don't feel like being bothered. And that's the reason why he don't answer his phone. And I felt very offended. I felt like that was very disrespectful. And we came up on that conversation in a very candid way. But the more I started talking about it and saying how childish it was for people to be on your Facebook page, I was talking about that. And I guess he thought I was talking about him personally. And I was saying how rude that was for people to send you friend requests and then they don't talk to you on your page. And he was saying, well, if I don't want to be bothered with somebody, I just don't want to be bothered. And sometimes I don't want to be bothered. And if people call me and I don't want to talk to them, I just don't talk to them. And I could see he had an attitude and he was starting to breathe kind of heavy. And I said, oh, I don't hit a nerve. Oh, it's getting personal up in here. And so I was like, wow. And it started getting kind of quiet in the car. And I was swallowing deep. And I'm like, getting in a defensive mode. I'm like, is this going to end up in a fight? Is he going to put me out of the car? And I'm going to have to walk or call an Uber? What's going on here? And so we kind of gathered ourselves and got everything reset before we got out of control. But I could tell, if I kept talking on that conversation, we was headed for trouble. And me, myself, I don't have a problem talking about challenging conversations in any relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's an intimate relationship, whether it's a work relationship, whether it's family, friends, whatever. You're going to have some bumps in the road and you're going to have some disagreements. And it's sort of like, when you're getting acquainted with each other and you're trying to get comfortable with each other, it's sort of like getting a new couch broken in, or a new set of pillows. And it's just like here, I'll use this for an example. These pillows in this hotel room, they're real soft and comfortable, but I have to do a lot of adjusting to get really comfortable enough to be able to go to sleep because I don't like pillows that's real soft. And I have to ball them all up and get them kind of, adjusted before they kind of firm up under my neck and on my head a certain way. And it's real kind of aggravating to me. And I'm having to adjust to it, and it's the same with a friendship. a new friendship. You don't know this person. They don't know you. They don't know what pisses you off. I don't know what makes them tick. And it's things that I can say, and I'm very blunt in my delivery. I don't know this isn't him off. I don't know that I'm talking too much and he wants me to shut up. And he's not communicating this to me. So I'm going to have to deal with him having an attitude. And I don't know why he's got an attitude. And then that's going to make me mad. And then I may not want to talk to him because I'm thinking he got an attitude. Communication is key. And I'm not the type of person that gets mad easily if you come to me and say, look, I got a problem with you doing this or doing that. Like some people would. I'm very mature. I can deal with that. But you have to communicate it with me. I can't read your mind. But a lot of people don't know how to approach other people. And they feel like, especially in our community, in the Black community, we have become accustomed to, we can't say nothing to them because they're going to get mad and they're going to go off and they're going to have an attitude. We need to develop better conflict resolutions and communication skills and be more mature to be able to have conversations. And it took me a long time to get to this place. So I understand a lot of people are not developed in the same pace and in the same capacity as me. I wish they was. But anyway, I understand I have to be patient with other people at this point in time. I wasn't always patient with everybody. But God has done a new thing in me. And God has been patient with me. So now I understand how important it is to show that same level of compassion and patience with other people. And I have recognized that same spirit in a lot of my other coworkers, and they are so quick to go off and get stressed out and, not fully communicate and not want to listen to the whole conversation before they form an opinion or judgment and blah, blah, blah. And at first I was like, ready to just go off or maybe even think about quitting. But I said, you know what? Some days it's going to be better days than others. Every day is not going to be the same. And I'm dealing with a whole lot of different personalities. I have to adjust. I have to get to know these people. They have to get familiar with me. And we're going to have to find a way to get comfortable with our differences. I ain't going to always like a lot of things that they say and do. They ain't going to always like, the way that I talk, the way that I move. My work ethic may be different from theirs, but we still going to get the job done. But we have to respect the way each other do however we do. And I can speak so much more on that, but I'm gonna stop right there because, there's a whole lot of conversation that could fit up under that umbrella all by itself. But recently I went off on my gay coworker and I was gonna apologize to him. But I said to myself, and that was immature of me, look, I'm tired of being the bigger person. Look, I'm tired of showing all this compassion. And they started to take my faith and my level of forgiveness and whatever for granted. And that's what I don't want, because when people get comfortable and get too familiar and they feel like they don't get too acquainted, a lot of times they tend to take your generosity and your kindness as a sign of weakness, and they take that grace that you extend to them and that mercy and forgiveness, they take that for granted. And then they continue to do the same things that piss you off and disrespect you again and again and again. And I said to myself, why should I continue to befriend a snake? He's showing me that he's a snake. Even if he's a garden snake, a snake is a snake is a snake. And I have really tried to see the better side of him, but he continues to show me little sneaky snake sides of himself. And I'm like, okay, this is disrespectful to me. How much of this should I even be willing to take and entertain? And it's only going to get worse. I am allowing this. And you show people how to treat you. So I'm showing him that I'm just going to accept him any kind of way. And we're not even having the conversation to try to straighten it out and let him know this is bothering me. We could have this conversation, but I know he's not going to fully hear me out. And at a certain point, he's going to get an attitude. And he don't want to have no deep conversations. He's one of those type of people who want to just be goofy and jolly. And he feels like deep conversations and being serious, that's depressing. He already said that. He don't want to be around nobody that's depressed and too serious, because that makes him depressed. And I got a problem with that, because at some point as a grown person, you should want to get serious. And being serious don't even equate necessarily to being depressed. And that's a stupid way of thinking, in my opinion. And, me being as blunt as I am, that is a serious threat. And it's very problematic in this society because of the way that a lot of people in this generation is built, and I have a serious problem with his capacity and his status, because to me, and I've said this privately, and I know if we were to continue having conflict, I would say this to him, and this would really hurt his feelings and break him down as a person. And I have said it in my head that I feel like he's a failure as a man. And I say that because, we work around mostly all white people, white females, maybe one or two white males, a few white males. And a lot of them are very racist. And he sees that they're racist. We've had the conversation several times that they're racist. And he likes to get with them and buck dance and be a goofy, jolly, big Negro. And I consider it buck dancing and cooning. And he sees how they disrespect me. But he'll sit there and join in with them and make them laugh and use his homosexuality as a buffer and as a running joke to make himself the safe Negro. They're not intimidated by him. They're not threatened by him because he doesn't have a backbone. He has no power, and he's reduced himself, as far as his masculinity. And, that's offensive to me. And when I see him as a failed man, not having the capacity to protect me as a Black woman, I'm very, very aggravated by that. And I'm very offended by that. And I could say so much more, but I'm going to stop right there. And I know if I continue to go back and forth with him, in and out, up and down, at some point, all of this that I'm suppressing and holding inside that I'm saying in my head about him is going to come out. And I'm trying to practice godliness with him. And I feel like he's taking that for granted. And to a certain degree, I feel like he doesn't have a whole lot of respect for that. And I don't feel like I should be making accommodations for him and his little spirits. And he's stepping on top of mine, as far as my faith and my kindness and patience with him and forgiveness and all of that. And so the last couple of days, we haven't been talking. We haven't been riding together because the other day, one of the white supervisors, she has this bad habit when she don't want to be bothered. She's just going to ignore you when you call on the telephone or whatever. And he was working in that department with her. And I can't prove it, but I believe that woman was ignoring me when I was calling her on the phone. So I called him, and he was pretending like he couldn't hardly hear me. And I was texting him, and I asked him, could he hear the telephone ringing over there, what it was? And he kept on stumbling and fumbling around. And I know, I can't prove it. I suspect she was probably telling him, don't answer the telephone, because she done said it to me. That's how I feel like she was saying it to him, because she said it to me. When she don't want to be bothered with somebody, she'll tell me and the other people, ignore the phone call, don't pick the phone up. And I could just see her in my spirit telling him to do it, and he was obeying. And it was really pissing me off, because I was really needing, some assistance. And later on, she had me, and I know she did it to piss me off and to be evil. She had me to come and swap out with this other person and go over there and work with him in that department. And she left and went somewhere else. But before I got over there, I was having problems accessing the area because they had closed off. Oh, my battery is going down. If this video goes off, we'll talk another time. But I had called and texted him and asked him to open the door. He was BSing around. And I ended up going off on him because he was having a little attitude with me because I didn't go to the right door and blah, blah, blah. So I ended up screaming at him. And he was looking at me like, excuse me. So we left it at that. And then he left. He ended up leaving because, he had worked overtime and he only worked a few hours. So he ended up leaving. And I really didn't have a serious attitude with him. But, I've been sleep deprived and that made me kind of annoyed. And then how the supervisor was doing. And I had a feeling he was over there colluding with them. That wasn't right. So I ended up just, going off on him a little bit. Not as much as I could have. But I thought about calling and texting him the next day or whatever, but I didn't. And then even yesterday I thought about it, but I didn't. And I said, I'm tired of being a bigger person. Why don't he call me? Well, last time he did approach me, but he can still call me, okay? He can still text me. But I said, at this point, it is what it is. If we're not going to talk anymore, fine. It's whatever. I'm tired of bending over and backwards and trying to make amends with people, and they just want to do however they want to do. But I'm still trying to walk in godliness, And that's what I got to focus on. I can't be focusing on these folks and all their foolishness. But anyway, these are the end times, and we got to be ready. No longer are we afforded the opportunities to necessarily get ready. We don't have a lot of time to get ready. We got to be ready now. And that's what I got to focus on. I got to be ready. I got to be ready, because he can come at any time, God. And I ain't got time to be sitting around with the foolishness. No, I got to be focused on being ready. Yeah. So anyway, this is it. We got to repent or perish. And, that's what we got to be focusing on. Not standing in long lines trying to get another pair of ugly Air Jordans like they're doing over in Atlanta. Why ain't they keeping the same energy as it relates to standing in long lines trying to find out about God and Jesus and the Holy Ghost and getting yourself repented and prayed up and being righteous? We got to get our priorities straight now. A lot of people, their mind is all messed up. But, it is what it is. I would really like to play a snippet of this message, but my phone's battery only has 1%. So what I'm going to do is play as much as I can. And if the phone cuts off, it just cuts off. And we're going to do it like that. And thank you all very much for tuning in. And we'll talk again real soon. If you'd like to donate